Hi guys, welcome to the first section of our No Bonfire, No Death walkthrough for Dark Souls 2. I'm actually re-recording this because the original first few sections, the video and audio quality was absolute crap. So, sorry about that. Let's have another go. Also, this is post-game commentary because I'm an idiot and I forgot to hit the record button. Anyway, let's get straight to it. We're going to start as a bandit in this playthrough because the bandit starts with a bow, and also because he has the lowest combination of faith, attunement, and what's the other one? Intelligence. Intelligence of any of the classes. And because obviously with not being able to use bonfires we can't attune spells, that's quite a big benefit. So here we go, straight to character creation. What the hell am I doing? Right, yeah, I'm going to be skipping cutscenes and conversations as well. You've probably all seen those 1,000 times. Why am I taking so long to type a name? Studley McMuffin. Lovely. Well, it's not going to fit. Studley Muffin. Okay, that's a good compromise. I can deal with that. Other things to note. Make sure, for God's sake, make sure you do this in offline mode. Because if you don't, you can guarantee that right in the middle of a stressful fight, some arsehole's going to invade and stab you in the back, and you'll die, and just cry yourself to sleep at night. So yeah, definitely play in offline mode. And what am I doing now? I'm just going to go up here and grab the human effigy, which you might think is no use to us since we're not planning to die, but actually this is the item that you use if you get cursed. For example, by the pursuer's attack, or by curse jars. Yeah, that's what you use to reverse the effect. You don't use the Divine Blessing as you might think, because the description says that it cures all status effects. That's a big fat lie. It does not cure cursed. And the reason the bow was so important is that we can use it to cheese this big fatty up here and get the stone ring and the gold pine resin that he's guarding. So you can do it completely with the bow, and you should have about 7 or 8 arrows left at the end, which is what I start doing. And if you just run back towards the little tunnel, he'll follow for a bit, and once you sort of get into the tunnel, he'll stop, and you can just keep popping him with arrows until he dies a very unpleasant death. Or if you're an idiot, you can hit the top of the rocks like I do. Whoops. And then I think, fuck it, I'll demonstrate the melee technique in case you want to start as a knight or something like that doesn't have a bow. I mean, that's up to you. I definitely recommend the bandit just for the bow and for the low combination of those spellcasting stats. And the technique which I'm about to demonstrate very badly, bearing in mind that we do have an adaptability of 3 at this stage, is that you want to get behind him so that he starts doing the sitting attack. So you just want to make him sit down, and then you run in and smack him a couple of times, and he will just keep sitting down. And it doesn't have much of a range, so you don't need to get that far away from him when he sits, and he'll just keep doing it again and again, like, oh my god, why am I not sitting on this guy? Let's try again. Yeah, and you can just keep doing that until he dies. So if you want to save your arrows, or if you desperately don't want to be a bandit, then this is the way that you can kill this guy, even if you've only got a dagger. And the reason we had to stop with the sitting attacks for a moment there was because the tree was getting in the way. But you can sort of direct him to one side or the other by standing slightly to the left or slightly to the right, so you can kind of direct his sitting attacks. Okay, so we've got the gold pine resin. Yeah, the other things I want to note, because this is kind of directed more towards beginners or people trying to do a no bonfire, no death for the first time. We're not going to be like running naked power stancing maces or rapiers or things like that. We're not going to be skipping massive sections of content. We're going to be doing the kind of slow and steady, you know, make sure that you've got a decent level for each area before you try to do it. We're not going to be running past heaps of enemies. We're going to be dealing with most enemies and yeah, most areas. A couple we will skip, obviously, but yeah. And the other thing to remember is you cannot replenish your Estus flasks. So Estus is one time only. You do get, of course, the one extra when you upgrade it at the Herald, but that's only the one. She doesn't refill all the others. And of course, no weapon repair at the bonfire. So if you're just fighting against crap enemies like we're fighting now, you're fine to use your fists or use your shit weapons that aren't upgraded. There you go, have a fist to the bum. That looks extremely unpleasant. Because it doesn't matter, you know, it's not like you're in danger of being killed by these guys. So just, yeah, pummel them to death with your fists, or a broken broken straight sword, or broken thief sword, or something like that. If you can get away with not using decent weapons, then do it. And the reason we're doing this part of the tutorial section is to get the dagger, which we just picked up then, to get an extra life gem, and also to kick down the ladder to the crows. And I think there's also something like a soul of a lost undead or something like that, which we'll jump down to in a minute. You can pull this guy back so that you don't get hit by the other guy who is going to be popping arrows at you. We're probably going to get hit anyway because we're moving forward with each attack. Oh, no we didn't. Well done me. It doesn't matter if you take a fair bit of damage in this section, because we can level up as soon as we get to Majula, and that will refill our health. So that was the life gem there. And here are the crows. With that, I just find the crows so fucking annoying. Like, so annoying. Oh, shut up. Oh, that's the worst one. It just, oh, I find it awful. Sometimes it distracts me so much that I accidentally use the small soul of a proud knight. That's not bad. I accidentally use the silky stone instead of dropping it. I'm so aggravated by them. Okay, kick down the ladder. I'm losing my voice. Oh my god. Drop down here. Do a plunging attack if you're worried about rolling. Soul of a... what was that? Nameless soldier? I'm not sure. Another plunging attack. I have actually rolled off there. So, yeah. I have no idea how, but I did manage it. And now we're on the way to Majula. And I'm going to be having a drink. I'll edit out the slurping sounds, hopefully. Oh, that's much better. And praise the sun! Okay, and just loot everything in Majula. Because at this stage we'll take any advantage. So, Divine Blessing over here. And drop down just here. Carefully. Everything is carefully. And pick up the Morning Star, which I hate. I'm sure if you've seen any of the other... I doubt that you have seen any of the other episodes, because I don't think anyone has. And that was the binoculars. Yeah, you'll know that I dislike the Morning Star intensely. So this is the only bonfire that we're going to light. Because, I mean, you could light as many bonfires as you wanted to, as long as you didn't rest at them. But when you used a homeward bone, you would go to whichever one you'd lit last. And we don't want to be doing that. We want to be boning back to Majula. We're going to join this guy's covenant, because he'll give us the blue seal, which will raise our health a teeny little bit, but it's better than nothing. There we go. Stick that on and put the stone ring on before you go to the herald, because otherwise when you level up you will not increase the health that the stone ring, not the stone ring, the blue seal gives you.
Are you
can talk to her, she has a lot to say. Skipping through that. Okay, and I'm gonna bump my endurance up a little bit. There we go. And collect all the rest of the shit around Majula. So, solve the name of the soldier and some life gems. We don't need to talk to Leningrast because, well, we just don't need to. We can just grab the key and then he'll be happy that we let him in. Well, he won't really be happy. He'll still be kind of snotty about it, but yeah, I think that's just the way he is. There's another life gem. Come over here, punch the stone if you can frigging hit it. Apparently I'm so uncoordinated that I can't hit the giant rock in front of me. And grab the Estus Flask shard. And then head over here, and I'm gonna do something a bit ethically questionable. And it's not just robbing this guy blind. We are actually gonna murder him. I know it's unpleasant, but steel yourself and beat the living shit out of him until he dies. With the Morning Star. I'm sorry, man, I really am, but I have to do this. Just let your stamina regenerate so that you can, you can get a couple of hits in before he stands up. Yeah, actually we will. You might get one hit in. Oh, you did get one hit in. But we will get you in the end. And this is the reason that we killed him, the Saldora set. Every piece of the Saldora set will give you a boost to the amount of souls that you receive when you kill something. The item that gives you the biggest boost is the gloves, and the item that gives you the least boost, in fact I think it's only like 1 or 2%, is the hat. So if you want to add more protection, the hat is a good bet, and I think the chest and the legs give the same, which is still less than the gloves and more than the hat. And we'll level up again, bump our vigor up a little bit. And is that a shard you found? No. It's a piece of cake. What the fuck do you think it was? Apparently I just completely ignored that. And I haven't upgraded the Estus Flask, but that's alright. It's not like we're going to be using it. So we've got the hand axe, the dagger that we picked up from the tutorial section, and we've got a short bow as well. And we're going to head to Hade's Tower of Flame first, after we pick up the Homeward Bones from down near the Champion Shrine. Or whatever it's called. Masochist Shrine. Okay, and the reason we're going to Hade's Tower of Flame before we go to Forest of Fallen Giants is basically to farm some easy souls, because we want 10,000 souls by the time we get to Malentia, so that we can pick up the covetous Silver Serpent Ring straight away. And also we can pick up the Crimson Palmer on the way, which is an incredibly crappy shield, but it's still slightly better than no shield. Oh, that must have been a heavy lid. There we go, equip that. And flush the toilet. We're not actually going to kill the Dragon Rider, what's this? Soul of a Lost Undead, and I think that was a Broken Thief sword. Yeah, we're not going to kill the Dragon Rider, because if we do, all the Haid Knights, which you can see one of them sitting right there, all the Haid Knights will become hostile, and I don't want to have to deal with that shit right now. Okay, these big old knights, I think they're called old knights, I'm not sure. They look intimidating, but they're really easy. For the sword and shield guys, I actually couldn't run past them there because there was a pillar in the way. Just run under their first attack. I'm just trying to back up to give us a bit of room so we don't run off the edge. But so run under their first attack on the left, go to their left leg, go to their right leg, wait for the last swing, and then smack them in the ass with your pointy knife. I'm hoping he would fall off the edge there, but he didn't. Bastard. Okay, so under the attack, left leg, right leg, and then smack him. And they only really seem to do that one series of attacks. I mean, sometimes the last one will be a big smash instead of a sort of a swipe, but it's still the same principle, pretty much. Sometimes the first series of attacks will be a little bit different when you're sort of not right next to them, but that's fine, it's not a problem. These mace guys are a bit more of an issue. And what I would recommend is that you do not try to dodge their attacks. Just suck it up with the shield. I've switched to the axe because I hate them and I want to do a bit more damage. Because if you dodge or you try to dodge and you get hit in the middle of a dodge, it will take off a huge chunk of your life. So you want to wait for the big overhand attack like that is a good one. But when he does these swiping attacks, just try to suck it up with his shield. I got a little bit impatient there, which of course Cardinal rule, don't get greedy, watch your stamina. But yeah, just use your shield. It will take off a bit of your health, but you know, you'll still survive, whereas if you try to dodge them and cock it up, you will die. So we've got a nice sword and shield guy, lovely and easy. Sometimes he'll fall off too. He's not going to oblige us this time because he's a dick. The mace guys, as I was saying, the attack that you really want to wait for is the one big overhand attack where they just do one big smash and you can get a few good hits in after that. Sometimes the two overhead smashes you can get a couple of hits in as well, but it's really the one big one that you want to wait for. Lloyd's Talisman, and this lever is going to pop up. If you're a bit more experienced and you're confident that you can cheese the Dragon Rider, then obviously don't pull this lever. If you've got no idea what I'm talking about, then pull the lever, which is what I'm going to do, and raise the circle around the boss area so that you don't get knocked off, and because we'll use a summon as well, just be on the safe side because it is a no death fight, a no death run, sorry. Okay, so there's two-handed sword guy. That one big overhead attack is nice. You get a couple of hits in. He was actually being really obliging. Sometimes he will swipe a bit like the mace guy. And these two guys will run past. Okay, as I was saying, and we're speeding up this part, which is why it stopped abruptly, because I was playing the clip instead of the whole movie. The last one's left, there's only one mace guy, and mostly these sword and shield guys, which you've seen me fight a couple of times already. Exactly the same. You don't need to see it all over again in normal speed, so I'm fast forwarding it. One of the benefits of post-game commentary. And the reason that we're clearing out these guys before we summon Masterless Glencour is that he tends to get wrecked by them. He's happy to take on the Haid Knights, but he tends to get his ass kicked by the old knights, so we're just going to deal with them before we summon him. Sometimes they drop cracked blue eye orbs, which I think is for the blue covenant of the, blue. I don't know. I think I'm just pulling words out of my arse now. Blue sentinels, is that it? Something like that. So we pulled that last guy through the area where the Cathedral of Blue is with the arrow. Well, with the bow, using an arrow. Just one arrow, because we don't want to waste our arrows. We only got 25 to start with. And okay, and now we are running back to the last old knight. Sorry, I've been having a few issues with the playback in the movie editor, so if it seems a bit odd, that's why. Don't be stingy with your life gems. If you're coming up against an enemy that you're not sure about, pop a life gem. It is so not worth being, trying to save that one life gem and dying and have to do, oh shit, I got a bit greedy. Oh, how not to do it. Yeah, trying to save that one life gem and dying and have to do the whole fucking thing all over again. That's just, it's not worth it. Okay, so what are we up to? We're up to about 4-4. So when we summon Masterless Glencore, we're also going to head over here and pull this Haid Knight with an arrow so that Glenn doesn't run over like an idiot and get knocked off the edge straight away. Which is what he will do if you don't pull that knight out into the middle. Unless you're extremely lucky, and I am not extremely lucky, I'm extremely unlucky. If you feel like you can get a backstab in on these guys, go for it. But they will do a fair amount of damage even when they just clip you. So you can leave it completely to Masterless Glencore. He'll take them on quite happily. And yeah, just go for as long as he's still alive. If he dies in the middle of the fight, we're just picking up the Ring of Binding. I've got no idea why. I think it's because I'm slightly OCD and I can't leave a chest unopened. If he dies in the middle of a fight, run back to Majula like a little girl. Except faster than a little girl, obviously, because I can't imagine a little kid running that fast. Yep. Yeah, get a backstab in if you can, but don't risk your health. It's really not worth it. And he usually does a decent amount of damage, and will take out at least a few of them before he dies. And once he starts to get below kind of half health, he will drink Estus. So that's good. Have a drink, mate. Come on, have a drink. Please. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and these knights out here towards the Cathedral of Blue area are hostile straight away, so you won't get a few cheap hits in on them. And ideally you don't want to be getting... How do I cock that up? I don't know. Another life gem, I'm going through them like... I don't even know what. I'm getting a bit worried that Glenn's going to get knocked off the edge, so I rush in with Clutch Backstab. Keep drinking, and we've got a Divine Blessing down here. And there's one more Haid Knight up here. He's the Spear Knight just before the dragon. Good, keep drinking, keep drinking. I don't really like the Spear Knights, but they're easier to deal with once they get once they start attacking Glencore. They've got I find it much more predictable moveset, and it's easier to get a backstab on them. So we just want them to start attacking Glenn, and then we can get a few backstabs in. But I guess we can tank for a bit. There we go. And also there's an attack where they end with kind of a little leap at the end. And that's... What are you doing? Come down... Not that one, but come down here and attack this knight. Just don't drink Estus while I'm getting my ass handed to me. Okay, and further up the stairs, you don't want to go too far up because there is a dragon up there, of course. And we will be cheesing that dragon fairly soon. Within the next couple of episodes. Okay, so we're heading back towards Majula. I think I forgot to pull that switch, but you do want to pull that lever. Unless you're cheesing the boss, of course. But we're not going to be cheesing the boss because it is kind of risky if you stuff it up. And this is the sort of beginner's slow run through. Sometimes Glenn has trouble getting down the stairs because he's not the brightest light on the tree. Not that I should be throwing stones since I'm sitting in a massive glass house. Yep, I'm quite happy to just sit back and let him deal with these last couple. He's got enough health and we've got enough souls now that we'll have plenty by the time we get to Malentia. We'll even be able to level up a bit at Majula. Come on Glenn, last night. And this one, just leave it completely to Glenn. Because you don't want to get knocked off the edge. There's not a lot of room, so give him a couple of smacks to start with, and then just back right off. In fact, you can even have a nice refreshing drink while you wait. And he fell off, which was very accommodating for us. So we're going to have to banish Glenn with the black separation crystal. Because he surprisingly survived that entire section, which was great. And now, by the magic of modern technology, you don't have to watch me run all the way back to Majula. Which you should be extremely grateful for. Okay, so leveling up at... Oh, for God's sake, why does she even say that? Is that a shard? I don't know. It kind of looks like it, but I'm not sure. Okay, so things to note for leveling up. If you want to use a club as soon as you buy it from Malentia, you will need 12 strength. We will be using clubs because they're cheap and fast and they scale well. But I'm probably not going to be using a club before we come back to what's it called? Majula. So I'm just going to bump up our endurance and vigor a bit. I know our adaptability is really shit at the moment, and we will increase that before we do the Pursuer, but we shouldn't need it for the last giant. I mean, we're going to have two summons? Yeah, probably 2 summons for the last giant, just to be extra safe. So, and really it's not a difficult fight. It's not something you need to be worrying about your adaptability for. Okay, so we're finally heading towards the Forest of Fallen Giants. And a rusted coin, or rusty coin, whatever they are, in this chest. Rusted. I guess I could have sped up this part as well, but I'm feeling a bit lazy. Okay. Big effort. Yeah, pull the lever. And run in circles while you wait for the door to open. Come on. Okay, there we go. Alright, so down to the left across those very carefully cross these planks. I have fallen off here before. We've got a human effigy. And that item that you can see there, if you're confident with your jumping, you can jump across to it. But you don't have to, you can actually go round. It's an easy jump and I almost fucked it up. So, you know, if you're... And that was Homeward Bone and I think that's Soul. So you can just come around the long way. So if you're not completely certain that you're going to make that jump, then just come around the long way. Wait until the fatty's got his back turned and just follow the river back to the, what did he drop? Throwing knife, very nice. And if you're feeling extra confident, you can kill the ogre. I'm not feeling particularly confident after almost cocking up that jump, so I'm just going to leave him. But yeah, if you're one of those confident people, go for it. There's the bonfire up to the right, which we obviously do not need. What did he drop? Hollow infantry helm, absolutely useless. Okay, and if you come far enough across when you pull this first guy, you also pull the other guy across the river, so you don't have to deal with that guy right in front of the archer. You can get them both away from the archer. And I know I'm playing a bit shit at the moment. It's because our main character for this walkthrough is actually at Black Gulch at the moment, and so I'm kind of just rushing through things, which I should not be doing, but I am, because I'm a deeply impatient person. So, but yeah. Oh no, my dagger! Okay, and if you don't pull the second guy and you have to come over to this area to deal with him, you'll also wake up that guy over there, and he will drop down and try to mush you with his axe, which I don't know why I didn't just stab him before he this is not going well. I don't know why I didn't just stab him before he got a hit in, but anyway, moving on. Soul of a Lost Undead. And up the ladder. This area used to be a lot harder before Scholar of the... what the hell is it? Scholar of the First Sin. Because the hollows weren't all sort of lying down. They were kind of patrolling. Or I found it a lot harder anyway. It seems to be a lot easier now that you can just, you know, pull them one by one. Obviously the Haid Knight isn't sitting at the base of the tree anymore. So climb up this ladder a little bit and then slide back down so you don't get kicked in the face by the hollow who is climbing down. Oh, my dagger's broken. Oh, he dropped something. What did he drop? Throwing knife, okay. Lovely. And up here we've got the soldier who is trying to throw firebombs down at us. So the nameless soldier. And we actually, I stuffed this bit up too because I'm rushing through. I do not want to knock him down, but I actually did, because I don't want to deal with him on the ground. Just jump over here, pick up the short sword. And jump back. If you're not much of a jumper, you don't have to pick up the short sword. And if you're not confident that you can make the jump, but you want to pick up the short sword, then you should probably clear the area below first, which will mean that you have to come up here and deal with the firebomb throwing guy, and then go back down, deal with all the hollows that are lying on the ground. We're just going to take out this firebomb guy with a throwing knife that we just picked up. And then run back up the ladder and try the jump, so that you don't sort of land and it will take off a chunk of your health, and then you'll also be swarmed by hollows that are suddenly standing up. That over there is 10 throwing knives. I can never make the jump over there. It takes me at least 5 to 10 attempts in a normal run through to make that jump. And occasionally I completely and utterly balls it up and die, so for me it's not worth it. If you're fucking fantastic, then go for it, but I'm not, so I'm just gonna leave those throwing knives there. Why am I still using the axe? I should be using my dagger, or even a broken straight sword against these guys. Hollow infantry something. Yep, just pull them one at a time. And the other thing to note is if you want to backstab them, you have to actually wait while they stand up properly, otherwise you'll just get a normal hit. Like you won't get the backstab until they're actually properly standing up, so just something to note. Like that. I'm not sure if backstabs, that was a life gem, I'm not sure if backstabbing actually takes up less durability than, like I'm not sure if it just counts as one hit or if it counts as a series of hits. Like I actually made 2 strikes with the axe, so I don't know if it's, you know, less durability taken off your weapon or not. I'm assuming it is, but I've got absolutely nothing to base that on. And human effigy. And a backstab for you, sir. And another broken straight sword. For us, in this no bonfire, no death run, the broken straight swords, they're not a terrible weapon. Like if you're absolutely desperate and you've got nothing else, do use them, because, you know, they're not, for these guys, they're not horrendous. And through the fog gate. And bait the attack from the axe guy to the right. And then slash all over him with your axe. That came out very awkwardly. Right, bait the attack from the 2 guys inside the room to the right. And then smack them with your axe. Or your dagger or whatever. Come on. Once they drop a life gem, lovely. And then wait for this guy to stand up, backstab him. And roll. Grab the crossbow bolts, we'll be picking up the crossbow later. And what am I doing? I've got no idea. Well, oh, I'm switching to the short sword. Okay, and I completely cocked that up. Well done. You get a special sticker. And yeah, like I said, I'm absolutely blaming this on being in a rush, being in a rush, because it's just a re-recording. It's not that I'm completely shit at this. Well, I am completely shit at this, but that's not the only reason that this is embarrassingly bad. Okay, so we've got the guy sitting on the tree branch overhead who's gonna chuck firebombs down at us, and I'm gonna use a throwing knife to try to knock him down, but you can of course use the bow. Well, you know, not the bow, use the bow to shoot the arrow, which will hopefully do the job. There we go. And he's gonna pathetically chuck something over our head. Run up here, deal with these 2 guys. Oh, he dropped something. What did he drop? A life gem. That is great. That's 300 souls worth, those life gems. Okay, run over here, grab the buckler. And we're actually going to switch to the buckler because although it's got the same physical defense as the shitty Crimson Palmer, it's got better resistances, especially the fire resistance. And of course, if you're feeling adventurous and you want to parry, not that I would recommend that, but that's just because I am really shit at parrying. Yeah, but if you are feeling adventurous and you want to parry, of course you get a bigger window in which to parry. Well, you know, you get a slower parry movement. I'm not going to demonstrate any parrying because that would just be disastrous. Okay, 5 witching ends, which we're going to use very shortly. I shouldn't have used the life gem before I did that because now I'm going to jump down and take off a chunk of health. Not that much health actually, it doesn't really matter. Plunging attack on this guy here. Here you go, short sword to the face. and then get stabbed in the guts by the guy behind him. Okay, and I mean, this is of course a completely optional area, but we are gonna completely cock up that jump. Not that you need to make the jump, because you can then just run up the tree root and grab the item anyway. What the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, the reason we're actually coming down here is, well, partly to get the fire longsword, and partly to get some easy souls from the 2 turtle guys that are down here. I mean, the flame longsword is not great for us because the fire scales with intelligence, and we have like 1 intelligence. What's this? Solver. I don't know, you'll find out when you pick it up. Okay, those items over there are prism stones. You can jump over if you want to get them. It's not that difficult a jump, but clear the area below first. And you lose a little bit of health if you miss, but not much. The only reason I can think of that you'd want prism stones is that you can trade them to the crows. You won't get great things back for them. Like sometimes you get rubbish, sometimes you get, you know, an orange burr or a yellow burr. But yeah, that's better than nothing. Better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. Okay, so just clear out these guys, and yeah, as you can see, we're up to 8,500 souls. We need 10, and these turtle guys are going to do it for us. And also, there are 3 life gems down here, and of course the fire longsword, as I said before, which, even though it's going to be shit for us, is still another weapon that we can use without having to worry about repairing it later or anything like that. Okay, so we're equipping the witching urns, which we just picked up, and boom, takes up a chunk of his health. So run up to him and bait an attack, and then get 1 hit in and roll away. Watch your stamina, and he's normally only going to do like I didn't. He's normally only going to do a 1 swing attack, but sometimes he will do that series of 3. And if you get in trouble, just back off and chuck some more witching urns at him. But you shouldn't have too much trouble. It's really just run up to him, get him to swing, and then run back up to him, hit him, roll away, wait for the swing, run up, hit him, roll away, rinse, repeat. Okay, so this is where the fire longsword is. We'll just wait for that fire attack. Open the door, get inside. I've never actually been hit by the fire attack. I'm not even sure if you can be hit by the fire attack here. But better safe than sorry. So, fire longsword, lovely. Are we going to equip that? Yes we are, okay. And we've still got our hand axe, the short sword. The dagger's broken, but that's alright. And there's another turtle guy. Where is he? Just up in this area. So we're going to throw another witching urn at him and pop a life gem just in case. Don't be tempted to run up and smack him in the back, because he will fall backwards and crush you. So bait the attack, then run up and smack him and roll away. Smack, roll away. Even with low adaptability, you can still do it pretty easily. And he dropped old ironclad leggings. And down here, an absolutely like shit item, foot soldier shield. It's got like 60 physical defense and absolutely no resistances. I don't know why. I feel like I was being trolled. Like, what shall we put behind this menacing looking guard? Let's put a foot soldier shield. Oh my god, that would be so funny. So yeah, that was the 3 life gems that we just picked up. And we've now got 10,000 souls, so we can grab that covered as silver serpent ring +1. If you're a bit short, just pop a couple of the the souls that we've picked up along the way, and you should be good to go. Yeah, that corpse just moved alarmingly, so I don't know what I was doing, dancing on it, I guess. Okay, through to Malentia. But first we're gonna run upstairs and try desperately to hit the twinkling lizard. What I can't remember what they were called in the original game. Something lizard. Sparkling lizard? The bug. The Titanite bug. Smack. Oh, come on. Get it. Get it. Oh, yay. Okay. 2 Titanite shards. Sweet. Okay, and here we've got hand axe and a radiant life gem, which is great for us because our hand axe is almost broken. Hollow soldier helm, which is really shit. And in the chest we have small leather shield and, more importantly, some repair powder, which you can never have too much of in a no bonfire run. This guy's going to stand up, so don't try to shield break him. Just smack him. I've got another chest over here with, I can't remember what's in it. Small white signs, soapstone, and 2 radiant life gems, which is not bad at all. Drop down carefully onto this branch here and pick up a divine blessing, and then drop down and talk to Malentia. Okay, so we're going to pick up 1 club at the moment, the travelling merchant hat, because we're hoping that one of the hollows will drop a bastard sword, but it probably won't. The key, obviously. The Faris Lockstone, which we're going to use before we head back to Majula. 10 life gems. A firebomb. Actually, we end up picking up a couple of firebombs, because quite often the guy standing up throwing the firebombs at us is completely bloody useless, and you have to open the shortcut yourself. Did I pick up a 2nd club? What am I doing? I've got no idea. Maybe I did pick up a 2nd club. I feel like that was only the 1st club. Yeah, it was only the 1st club. And then we're just going through a dialogue. Obviously we haven't spent quite enough, so we're going to have to buy... I think we bought 1 more firebomb. Exhausted dialogue, so she'll move back to Majula after you defeat the last giant. And then once you've... Is it the last giant? Yeah, it is. And there we go. Covered a silver serpent ring. So we'll stick that on. And we will... Will we equip it now? Yes. So we're going to put our travelling merchant hat on. And the covered a silver serpent ring. And are we doing anything else? Nope. I think we're going to end the episode right here. And I will see you guys next time.